Tava kripa bale pai Chaitanya Nitai Chaitanya Nitai Ahaswarup Sanatana Rupa Raghunatha Mahaswarup Sanatana Rupa Raghunatha Bhakta Juga Sri Jivaha Prabhu Lokanatha Daya Karo Siyachaya Prabhu Srinivasa Jaya Karo Siyachaya Prabhu Srinivasa Ramachandra Sangha Mange Narottamo Ramachandra Sangha Mange Narottamo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Karo Kama Vina Dayalu Jagata Samsari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Jajanandana Yasodanandana Jajanandana Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jamuna Tira Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Jai Shri Gaura Ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Ki Jai, Gantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Ki Jai, Jai Gaura. Hare Krishna. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 9, text number 38. This is prayer. Prahlad Maharaj pacified the Lord with prayers. We know that in 7th canto, Lord Nrsimhadeva appeared. And during that time, Prahlad Maharaj was offering prayers, and this is one of the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj. And it goes, Itam nitiryak rishideva jasanvatare lokan vibhavayasi hamsi jagat pratipam dharman mahapurusha yoganavritam channo kaluyat abhavayas triloka satat thastat satvatvam. Please repeat after me. Itam, in this way, near, like a human being, such as Lord Krishna and Lord Ramachandra. Tiryak, like animal, such as a bull. Rishi, are the great saint. Parashuram, Deva, as demigod. Jhasa, as an aquatic, such as the fish and tortoise. Avatare, by such different incarnations. Lokan, all the different planetary systems. Vibhavayasi, you protect. Hamsi, you sometime kill. Jagat Pratipan, person who have simply created trouble in this world.
Persons who have simply created trouble in this world.
Dharma, the principle of religious.
The principles of religion.
Mahapurusha, O great personality.
O great personality.
Pasi, you protect. Yuga Anuvritam, according to different millenniums.
According to different millennia.
Chana, covered. Kalo, in the age of Kali.
In the age of Kali.
Yat, since. Abhava, have been, and will be in the future. Triyuga, named Triyuga. Atha, therefore. Sa, in the same personality. Tvam, you. Translation. In this way, my Lord, you appear in various incarnations as a human being, an animal, a great saint, a demigod, a fish, or a tortoise, thus maintaining the entire creation in different planetary systems and killing the demoniac principles. According to this age, O my Lord, you protect the principle of religions. In the age of Kali, however, you do not assert yourself as the Supreme Person of Godhead, and therefore you are known as Triyuga, or the Lord who appeared in three yugas. Purport. As the Lord appeared just to maintain Lord Brahma from the attack of Madhu and Ketal, he also appeared to protect the great devotee, Prahlad Maharaj. Similarly, Lord Chaitanya appeared in order to protect the fallen soul of Kali Yuga. There are four yugas or millenniums: Satya, Treta, Dwapar, and Kali. In the yugas but Kali Yuga, the Lord appeared in various incarnations to assert himself as the Supreme Person of Godhead. But also Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who appeared in Kali Yuga, is the Supreme Person of Godhead. He never asserted himself as such. On the contrary, wherever Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was addressed as being as good as Krishna, he blocked his ear with his hand, denying his identity with Krishna, because he was playing the part of a devotee. Lord Chaitanya knew that in Kali Yuga, there would be many bogus incarnations pretending to be God, and therefore he avoided asserting himself the Supreme Person of Godhead. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted as the Supreme Person of Godhead. However, in many Vedic literature, especially in Srimad Bhagavatam 11.5.32, Krishna Varnam Tusa Krishnam Sangopangasta Parshadam Jagyahe Sankirtana Priyahe Yajanti Sumedhasa. In Kali Yuga, intelligent man worships the Supreme Person of Godhead in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is always accompanied by his associates such as Nityananda, Advaita, Gadadhar, and Srivas. The entire Krishna conscious movement is based on the principle of Sankirtan movement inaugurated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Therefore, one who tries to understand the Supreme Person of God through the medium of Sankirtan movement know everything perfectly. He is Sumedha, a person with substantial intelligence. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumlitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapadakam Sri Gurum Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahabana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhamritam Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pastatyadeshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha ajanulambita bhujo kanakavadato sankirtanai kapitaro kamalaya Vishwambaro Dvijavaro Yuga Dharma Palo Vande Jakata Priyakaro Karuna Bataro Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Jai Shri Gaur Purnima Mahamotsava ki.
Jai.
So it's nice to be in the temple with association devotees to celebrate Gaur Purnima. This is a very special day for the Gaudiya Vaishnava devotees. And it's a festival. Utsava. Utsava means festival. And festival we always do with joyful moods, chanting and dancing along. Never morals. Sankirtan itself means chanting the holy name. And this is our you know, goal. Everything is based on Sankirtan movement. So this Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself he appeared just to preach essentials of Sankirtan movement to deliver the whole form and conditioned soul, the special mercy of the Lord. So today is a day for especially for the Gaudiya Vaishnava devotees. Many people in India are celebrating Holi, but for Gaudiya Vaishnava devotees is another dimension, and in fact it is 538 years, 1486, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in Phalgu Purnima. I think Prabhupada mentioned it was on 23rd of February, 1486. So it's how many years? 538 years.
528.
28?
I think so. If it's 86.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Okay, 10
38,
years more.
38. 38.
30.
Yeah. So I remember in 1986, we celebrated 500 years.
Last year was the Trimsat Yuttara Panchashata Gaura Day.
Yeah.
So, so about the Sanskrit for the following year.
Yeah.
Trimsat Yuttara.
Okay. So this is a special verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. Prahlad Maharaj is praying the Lord, and especially the word Triyuga came, and it explained the different incarnation before previously to this verse is in verse 37. He prayed, Tasmai Bhavan Hayasirya Tanuvam Hi Bibrat Veda Dhruvan Atibahu Madhukaitabhyo Hatva Nayas Shruti Ganam Tarajas Tamascha Sattvam Tava Priyatamam Tanum Atmananti. My dear Lord, when you appear as Hayagriva with the head of a horse, you kill the two demons known as Madhukaita, who are full of mode of passion and ignorance. Then you deliver the Vedic knowledge to Lord Brahma. For this reason, all the great saints accept your form as transcendental and think by material qualities. So here in this verse, the Lord appeared to kill the demon Madhu and Kaita in the form of Hayagriva. Hayagriva was a form of a horse. And the beginning of creation, just Brahma was waking up. And then there's two demons appear, Madhu and Kaita. And, so he stole the Vedas while the Brahma was just waking up, and the Veda actually it is sound vibration. So it just came out from Brahma mouth, and practically these two demons they stole the Veda. And in this way, the Lord has to appear in the form of Hayagriva, in the form of horse, and he kills these two demons and delivers the Vedas to Lord Brahma. And we see that there are consequent prayers that, my dear Lord, in this way, my Lord, you appear in vast incarnation. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying that first you appear as Hayagriva, and then in this verse that in this way you appear in many different forms as human being, sometimes as animal and great saint and demigod, even as a fish and tortoise. And in this way is maintaining the entire creations, and killing the demoniac principle. Because it's a nature material world. The material world means duality. There will be always opposite element. So if there's religion, there should be irreligion, because this is a function of material world. So the Lord established a dharma, and practically due course of time, the same dharma is disintegrated, is disappeared. We see in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Lord said, in the beginning I spoke the same knowledge to Sun God, Vivasvan. But in due course of time, the knowledge disappeared. And now I am appearing again and delivering the same message to you. So Arjuna raised a question. He said, what meaning? We are contemporary, and how I can understand that we spoke the same knowledge to Sun God? Which, sun has always been on the horizon. So Arjuna was thinking the term of, they were almost equal age. And when did you speak to Sun God? And the Lord said, I can remember all the birth, and I can remember the past, present, future, but you cannot remember. That is a distinction between the Lord and the living entities. The Lord said, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavarsurjuna, tani veda sarvani, natvam veda parantapa. This is, I think, 4/3 in the Bhagavad Gita. This is verse. When Arjuna requested, when did you spoke to Sun God? And the Lord replied, both of you we have appeared many, many births. And I can remember all, but you cannot. So that means knowledge in the material world, it seems to disappear every time, when the Lord establishes dharma. This is a characteristic of material world. Material world means always, going down, So it is, how you call it, decreasing, We know that in Satyuga, the dharma, in which is, dharma has 4 legs, and which is cleanliness, mercy, austerity, and truthfulness. So in Satyuga, all the 4 legs is maintained, but gradually, as the age decreased, the dharma, the principle of religious also decreased. So we know that in Kali Yuga, there's only 1 leg of dharma, and which is truthfulness. And practically, we can see there's no mercy. People are, killing like anywhere. There's no respect for life. Killing the animal, killing the trees, the plants, everywhere in the ocean, everywhere they want to clean. And so cleanliness practically is gone, and daya, mercy. So all these things have been diminished, But in Kali Yuga, still there is the truthfulness is there, and this also is slowly other type of religions, other type of different theories that try to persuade the different philosophies, and now in the modern age there is artificial intelligence. They are thinking we are on the top, we know everything, we can program everything, and there's no need. In the future, you can live eternally. We have this kind of program. They have program, they have already calculated. And so, always a materialistic or making plan. But we know that all this plan will be failed. Even Hiranyakashipu tried his hard best to live eternally. And he calculated that, he meticulously calculated all the point where he could be eternally. And when Lord Brahma said, when it was time to ask the benedictions, I want to live eternally, Brahma said, no, I cannot give you that. You can demand everything. So he said, wait a minute. So I will not die during the day, I will not die during the night. Brahma said, yes. So there no night and no night, not in the inside, no outside, and not with any weapon, no human being, no animal, no any other creatures. Say yes. So he was thinking, That's it. If I don't live, if I don't die inside and outside, not in the land, not in the air, not in the water, not in the sky, you know, and not with any weapon, not with any kind of, living being, practically. So his calculation he calculated very well, but he failed. So similarly, the scientists or whoever, they try to manipulate the nature and they think they will be able to conquer death, but this is not possible because material world means changing. Body is changing all the time. Everybody has to go through six, changes, from birth, from birth to death, so all the many different phases of changes are there. And similarly, when we give up this body, the soul has to take another body. The nature has already decided. Nobody can say which body I will take. But if our consciousness is purified, then we, according to that, it is described in Bhagavad Gita, Adho Gachati Tamasa, Udvam Gachati Sattvata, Madhyati Stati Rajasa, Jagat. If you are in the mode of goodness, you progress, you go toward up the higher planetary system. And if you're in the middle, Rajas, you live in the earth planet. And if you are tamasic consciousness, you go down to the lower planetary system or in the lower species of life. So this is according to the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. But for the devotees, who's always in the mode of, above the mode of goodness, because if you are engaged in devotional service, practically you are above the mode of material nature. Devotional service is not part of material nature. Material nature has the three guna, rajasic, tamasic, and sattva. But if you perform devotional service, Mamcha yoga vicharina bhakti yoga sevate sagunan samatityanan brahma bhuta kalpate. By performing devotional service, you rise above Srimoda material nature. So this is the point. And devotional service in this age of Kali is chanting the holy name and Shravan Kirtanam especially. And this Mahaprabhu has emphasized through the teaching of the six Goswamis, especially the Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami. They have written elaborate literature how to practice devotional service. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu is a guidebook for devotional service. So Shravan and Kirtan, it should be maintained, simultaneously side by side. In this way, we will progress. Our Krishna consciousness, our Bhakti Lata beach is nourished through the chanting and hearing. If we don't have this program, our, whatever bhakti maybe have been practicing, and it will be disappeared. If basically, while performing devotional service, there's always danger, by the more the material natures, and doing offenses, all these things can be detrimental to our devotional service, especially the mud elephant offense, which is regarded as the most dangerous. It's practically in a garden, a mud elephant come and it do havoc. It destroy everything. I don't know if you have seen an elephant, but in India, I have seen mud elephant. We had in Padayatra, our elephants sometimes go wild. So those who have experience of elephants, they know, will destroy. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Vaishnava Aparad is just like a mud elephant. And whatever bhakti we have performed, and it can just destroy, And practically is a seed of devotional service we have planted during Diksha. The Guru give the mantra, and with faith, We apply that Krishna consciousness and we try to protect that Bhakti Rata Beach. Especially in the beginning, we have to be very, very careful. The plants of devotional service. So the plant we have planted, but this plant is invisible. How is that? It's supposed to be the biggest tree, biggest plant. It can penetrate the whole material world, and it can go even to Paravyoma, to the Brahman, and where there is Brahman effulgence, and it even goes to the spiritual world and continue to Goloka Vrindavan. This is our goal for the Gaudiya Vaishnava devotees. Our Gaudiya Vaishnava devotees, especially, we have initiated to Krishna, Krishna mantra, Gopal mantra, and we practice this Maha mantra. And this mantra is means for Goloka Vrindavan. So this is the most valuable gift Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given. See, Sri Sanatana Goswami in his Brihad Bhagavatamrita, in his beginning verse, the first very verse, he prayed to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jayati Nija Padabja Prema Danavartino Vivida Madhuri Mabdi Kopi Kaishora Gandhi Gata Parama Dasantam Yassa Chaitanya Rupa Anubhava Padam Aptam Prema Gopi Nityam. Now the very first verse of Brihad Bhagavatamrita, Sanatana Goswami described the reason of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, his inconceivable, and the Lord is inconceivable, is transcendental appearance, just to give mercy, Prema Dhan, Apta, his own lotus feet. You see? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared just to give his lotus feet. Prema Dana Bhartino, in Kali Yuga, he appeared, and he has full of transcendental sweetness characteristic. In the last line, he said, Anubhava Padam Aptam Prema Gopi Sunityam. He came to experience and realize, he has realized the transcendental mellow of the gopi with the last extreme experience, the gopi bhav in Vrindavan. So this is one of the reasons Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared, to experience the love of gopis in Vrindavan. So we can ask, why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has to do that? If God is omniscient, omnipresent, and he knows everything, how he could not understand the love of the gopi? And this is one of the confidential reasons why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami described in Chaitanya Charitamrita, external reason the Lord appeared to give the holy name, yes. But there's also confidential reason. Confidential reason, Krishna, he doesn't understand how much Radharani, her love for him. And what she experienced, what is that experience of Radharani? So Krishna even, he could not imagine. And for that reason, to understand the love of Radharani, Krishna appeared. And what is a bhav? What is that emotion? And that emotion, the characteristic and the nature of that emotion is also being described in Nectar Devotion. The bhava, the raga, when you get attraction of Krishna, this is increasing like an ocean, expanding. The ocean of bhava is always increasing. And that bhava, there's all kind of different characteristic and different emotion, different feeling. And this is, how I say, and is ever increasing. There's no end for that. And the feeling of Radharani is so great that even Krishna doesn't understand. And sometimes the same bhava, it can be also mana. Mana means, to be Radharani sometimes in the mana mood, which is mean kind of separation that she feel that she doesn't want to see Krishna, and Krishna wanted to see, and Krishna begged to see Radharani. And Lalita and Vishaka said, no, today Radharani doesn't want to see you. So Krishna is begging, and this is very high level of understanding. This is not something, cheap to understand. When in only the devotional service, when one practice devotional service can understand this feeling, because even in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord tell Arjuna, because you are my friend and devotee, then you will understand. Otherwise, ordinary people will not able to understand. The Bhagavad Gita is a knowledge unless one accepts Krishna as a devotee. This is very important. Because intellectually you try to understand, with your own endeavor, and you can try in certain way, it will have some, but eventually you have to accept the Lord as a supreme person of God, and accept the process of devotional service. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is this kind of feeling of emotion he wanted to experience, and he has demonstrated during when he was staying in Jagannath Puri, especially his last 18 years in Antya Lila is described practically he was feeling restless. He was not sleeping, he was not eating, and in a mood of separation of Radharani. That's the feeling of Radharani. And that was in the form of Mahabhav. Only Radharani has this bhav. Nobody else. You can have different kind of emotion, but Radharani has a Mahabhav. Mahabhav is a symptom which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressed in Jagannath Puri during the staying at Gambhira. And night and day he was feeling separation. In Shikshastaka, the last two verses, it describes the mood. Even a moment started 12 years. You cannot live without Krishna. It's just like a fish out of water. So this is a position of greatest devotee in Vrindavan. And the gopis has expressed that, and Sanatana Goswami in his prayers to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he said, you came to experience that love of the gopis. And among all the gopi, Radharani is the highest. So we know that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself inside, but has taken the form golden appeared because Radharani, she has a golden complexion. And that's why his name is Gauranga. Gauranga, so has taken the color of Radharani but his inside is Shama, Shama, I mean dark blue color. And Gauranga is a color of golden appearance. So Radharani bodily color is golden. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared Gauranga, and in the mood of Radharani, she wants to understand Krishna. So in Jagannath Puri, during the Rath Yatra, he expressed that mood. He expressed that mood every time when there is Rath Yatra. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came in front of the chariot and expressed, there's a similar prayer he was praying to Lord Jagannath. So, my Lord, I am the same personality and you're the same person, but the place, I'm not feeling comfortable here. My mind wants to go to Vrindavan as the bank of Yamuna. So this is what prayers Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was every year was praying, and nobody knew that what was the meaning of the prayers. And one year, Sri Rupa Goswami, he was present during the Rath Yatra, and when he heard about these prayers, and Chaitanya and Rupa Goswami composed another prayers, and understood the mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why we pray to Rupa Goswami, Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Ina Bhutale. Because Rupa Goswami understood the mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that's why we are known as Rupanugas, the follower of Rupanugas. So it's very important we follow the instruction of the acharyas and not whimsically understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There's so many, scrupulous person try to understand Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu on their own way without going through the acharyas. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur has categorized many of them in the upper sampradaya. And because they have deviated, they're following not the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu according to the, to the acharyas, especially Rupa Goswami. And they can do all kind of nonsense in the name of Gauranga, and Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was against those principles. And that's why one of the prayers of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur prays Apasiddhanta Gaura Varine. Namo Gaura Kishora Bhakti. No. Namo Gaura Kishora. No. Namaste Gauravani Simurte Dinataine Rupanuga Virupa Siddhanta Dvanvaharine. So this is strictly, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati strictly follow the standard of Rupa Goswami. If anything which is not according to standard of Rupa Goswami, he was, rejected it. And this is has to be followed. This is very important. Now, if we want success in our devotional life, we have to keep the principle of the acharyas, and not whimsically. Otherwise, we'll be deviated. The mind will be the Maya will cheat our mind, and we'll think, oh, we are doing progress, and then we'll be just lost. So all this has to be considered. The mercy of Krishna consciousness, the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always has to be received through the Guru and the previous acharyas and the devotees, always by the mercy of devotees, association of devotees. So then our Krishna consciousness will maintain by practicing chanting basically and Shravanam Kirtanam, hearing. So this two is simultaneously has to go. Otherwise we'll be just side away. The wave will come. Wave Maya is very strong, and can put the side on the road track. We are going on the road track of Krishna consciousness, and Maya can just sweep away. So this is a danger. It's always happening. Flickering mind is always flickering. So this can be protected very easily in the association of devotees, and important. So our sadhana is important, and our practicing Krishna consciousness, chanting in whatever way we are doing. So even anywhere, if we keep that standard, and we will be safe. Our bhakti will be safe, because it has been planted, with sincere. Of course, we have taken, and sometimes we can see that all kind of season come, and sometimes it's windy, sometimes it's storm, sometimes it's raining. So this is kind of different kind of situation in our life, but still this is a transcendental plant, and this transcendental plant will be protected only in the association of devotees. And we always have to take shelter of the holy name, and begging the mercy of the gurus and the acharyas and the devotees, and keep our faith in Krishna and Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu's guarantee. There's no way. Rupa Goswami in his Shikshatamrika Nectar instruction described 6 favorable way and 6 unfavorable way, and the end say prasidati, is we guarantee success. If we follow that process, so the guarantee is there, we will achieve. With our tiny endeavor, if you try to swim, it's not possible. But if somebody catch you and put you on the boat, and this is devotional service. Krishna personally said in the Bhagavad Gita, to those who exclusively engage in my devotional service, I I protect and I supply whatever they need. How is that the verse? How is that? It's not coming to my mind now. That's Yoga Shema Vahamyaham, the last line. Yeah. So those who are exclusively in devotional service, the Lord take care, And just like Prahlad Maharaj, Hiranyakashipu tried to kill him in different way, but Prahlad was completely surrendered, fully surrendered, So in that case, the Lord was protecting him all the time. There was no problem, So this is a point in devotional service, And the Lord said to Arjuna, declare my devotee never perish. He will protect. So whatever capacity we are, and we try to, continue on and keep our faith in Krishna consciousness, the association of devotees, and we'll be protected and always take the mercy of Gaura. Because the father of Sankirtan movement, this is their father. How is that? This Vrindavan Das Thakur, Chaitanya Bhagavat. There's Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mangal, Chaitanya Bhagavat. So Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vrindavan Das Thakur prayed, the father Pitaro, Sankirtan Yagya Pitaro, the father of our Sankirtan movement. So the father is always protecting the son, and we accept other devotees. And we see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the father, and we are always, if we are under the shelter of father, a child is always, feels safe, So we have to catch up the hold of the lotus with the Nitai, Gauranga, and the devotees, and we'll be always protected. So, and eventually we will take the love of Godhead, but we are always anxious because it's our destination. A devotee destination is to achieve that love of God. Even a drop of it, that will be enough.